Okay, so 1.4 is to write equations and inequalities. So some of it is still going to be similar to the stuff that we did in 1.3 and like writing them. So make sure you remember all those like special words that we had, like product, sum, difference, all those, different things. But now we're adding in actually writing a full equation, okay? And so just a couple definitions. An equation is a mathematical sentence formed by placing the symbol equals between two expressions. An inequality is a mathematical sentence formed by placing one of the following symbols between two expressions. And that would be less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Have y'all seen these symbols before? Okay. All right, and then just so you see the words of what might reference like which of the symbols you're supposed to use, I'll draw out a little chart like I did in the last section. And then the meaning and the associated words. So if you have an equal sign, means that it is equal to, and something is they might say the same as. Okay, if they don't say like equal to, then they'll say like the same as, something like that. Less than, they'll say is less than, or you could also see fewer than. Go less than or equal to, is less than or equal to. And this one, they're going to say at most or no more than. Greater than, we'll say something like is greater than. Or we'll say more than. And then the last one, if you have greater than or equal to, it is greater than or equal to. and it'll be at least or no more than, or sorry, no less than. And then outside of writing these, some of the problems are going to say to like check if the number's a solution, and so you're going to plug it in to the equation and tell basically if it is makes it true or not true, essentially. So you'll say either solution or no solution for those. All right, so some examples of these, and again, the same thing, like you don't have to copy down the problem like when you do your homework if you don't want to, since it's going to be kind of long. But number 4, they say to write an equation or an inequality. So this one is the difference of a number z and 11 is equal to 35. So what, I'm trying to think of the word. What operation are we using, and then what symbol, like inequality or equality, are we using with this one? Yep. Z minus 11 is equal to 35. So the is equal to, that's giving us the equal sign, and difference is giving us the minus there. Let's see. Number 6. The sum of 12 and the quantity eight times a number k is equal to 48. So what, my words are not working. What operation or operations are we using, and then what symbol is it? An equality or inequality, and then what kind if it's an inequality. So 12 plus, so we get that from the sum. And then the quantity 8 times the number k, so that's going to be plus 8 times k is equal to 48. So sum told us that we were adding, times, so we're multiplying, and then equal to is giving us our equal sign. Let's see, 8. The product of 4 and a number w is at most 51. So what do we see here with this one? Can you say that one more time?
4 divided by W minus 51.
No, not quite. So what word are you looking at to get your operation?
Product.
So product is going to be multiplication. So 4 and the number w, so that's going to give us 4 times w. And then it says at most. And so if we go back up to the chart, the associated words, at most goes with less than or equal to. So we would have 4w is less than or equal to 51. All right, one more of this type. Number 10, the product of 8 and a number k is greater than 4 and no more than 16. Okay, so this one is going to look different than the other ones. Okay, this one's actually going to have 2 of these symbols in it. Okay, so what operation, first of all, do we see here? Product. So what does that mean? Multiplication. So we're going to have 8 in the number k, so we're going to have 8 times k. Okay, we're told that 8k is greater than 4, okay, so greater than, and it's no more than 16, which means what? No more than?
Less than or equal to.
Yep. So less than or equal to. Okay. So that means that 8k is bigger than 4, but it's less than or equal to 16. So the way we write this one is we write 4 and then we actually write the symbol backwards, okay? Brief pause. Back up. Let me rewrite it this way, and then I'll show you how the book would write it. So 8k is greater than 4. Okay, and then we also know that 8k is less than or equal to 16. Okay, so what we do is we actually want to combine these into one. So we need the 8k piece to be in the middle. Okay, and we want our numbers to be in order. So since 16 is the biggest number, I'm going to copy this one down. So 8k is less than or equal to 16. but 8K was bigger than 4. So what I take and do with that top one is I just flip it over. Okay, so we would rewrite this as 4 is less than 8K. Okay, and those mean the same thing. Okay, so I would have 4 is less than 8K is less than or equal to 16. Okay, and that would satisfy both things. If you end up writing something backwards when you combine them, as long as you've shown me this part here, okay, that I'm circling in green, okay, I'll be lenient with you because I know writing these is a little bit weird when you first start like trying to write them, especially when it's like, oh, we just started writing them with one symbol and now there's already two. So make sure you write both parts of that there when you do it, but like I said, I'm going to be a little bit more flexible with that. Let's see. All right, so number 12. This one has a little picture with it, and it's got a little. It's got a little sale sign here. It says sale, and then it's got a little pair of sunglasses with it, and it says nothing over $10. So if I wanted to write this and they're wanting you to use the price P in dollars, so it would be P and then we're filling in this blank here, okay? Or here, let me draw it as a little box so that it's not confusing. So if nothing's over $10, what does that mean the price is? Is it just less than or is it less than or equal to? Yep. So less than or equal to would be what we would be putting there. Okay. Let's see. 14. We've got, this one is describe and correct the error. So they're telling you something's wrong. You need to figure out what the error is and then say what they need to do to fix it. Okay, so the problem that they were given was the sum of, let's see, a number n and 4 is no more than 13. Okay, and then I'm going to put what they did, okay? And they said that the answer was n plus 4 is less than 13. So now what I would tend to do with these problems is I ignore what they did, okay? And I look at the problem and do the problem for myself, okay? So ignore what they put. What would you say, or how would you write this if you were given this in words?
N plus 4 less than less than 13.
So which one is no more than?
Less than or equal to.
Yep. Less than or equal to 13. So then compare it to what they had. What is the difference in what you got and what they had?
It's just less than, not less than or equal to.
Okay, so they had the wrong inequality. Okay, and then you can show what the right answer should be if you have one like that. Alright, and then this next one, they technically give it to you as a multiple choice problem, but I'm just going to do it as if it's just a regular problem. The product of a number b and 3 is no less than 12. So if you had to write this one out, what would you get?
B times 3. Less that are equal to 12.
So if it's no less than, which one am I looking for?
Less than.
The other one. You were right about the or equal to part. It's not less than, it's what?
More.
So no less than goes with greater than or equal to. It's a little confusing how they, those ones when they say no something than, those ones are opposite of what you would think. So if you see no less than, it's greater than, and if you see no more than, it's less than. Or equal to in both those cases. They're a little, it's so weird the way that they word them. I'm like, why do you word them that way? Like, why do they need to be complicated? All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop here for today, and I'll give you a few to work on. I'm going to have you do 3 through 15 odd, and then tomorrow we're going to do the ones where they give you a solution and we plug it in and see if it, or they give you a number and you plug it in and see if it's a solution to the problem or not. So we'll do those ones tomorrow.